Let's play like Kramnik.
Prepare yourself for the secret games of MenuGarden. And I'm not making that name up. That is the account that Magnus Carlsen used way back in 2020, May 27th. He played these games against none other than Daniel Naroditsky. Not only does he reference a Kramnik variation here, but he plays with an accuracy which is off the charts. I'll bring you that one at the end. Prepare for a devastating attack. Does Saturday Night Epic Cheese get better than this? Only if you head over to the Remote Chess Academy, the most insane discount going on over there right now, but more on that to come. Let's dive in on the chess. We get e4 from Magnus on the board. Danya meets him with e5 here, and knight f3, knight c6. This is chess.com, 3-minute chess. They're having some fun. It's casual play, and Magnus develops with a whoosh. The Roy Lopez, named after J-Lo's uncle. Very few people know that. We get a6, kicking the bishop. You can take. Looks like you're winning a pawn. This didn't happen, but this is the trick. For anyone not in the know, the knight stumbles back. You win back the pawn with check. So Magnus just retreats here. Now we see knight f6, hitting the center. Castles is played, and you can take the pawn. The open game, but not played here. You know, white eventually wins it back. The king stuck in the center. So instead we see bishop e7, preparing to complete development. Rook e1 now covers the center, so there is a threat to take the knight on c6, win a pawn. So b5 kicks that sniper back, and now d6 played, but castles was possible. Not in this game, allowing Magnus to advance his c-pawn here, and he doesn't have to worry about the Marshall Gambit. Could have come if black had castled. High level elite, stinky epic crumbly cheese, and now we see castles played. h3 takes control of g4, and i4 stops that bishop coming out, and after knight a5, the Chigorin variation, Magnus saves this one. We see the c-pawn advancing, clamping on d4, but Magnus goes d4 for the score anyway. Pressures that pawn on e5. Now queen c7, a massive move here, but Danya completely forgets which way his pieces are supposed to move, covers like this, puts the question back to Magnus, and he could carry on with knight b to d2, but no, he plays the really strange looking move, king to h1, some kind of weird prophylactic chess, stepping off that square there, and this is where he references the following.
Oh, he's playing the Shigorin. Yeah, that's true. Let's play like Kramnik.
Pooh. What a move. What a move.
Mushrooms.
Apparently a move played by Kramnik, maybe at that time or maybe some time before. Okay, we crack on. Danya goes rook to e8 here, and now that he's stacked that cannon on the e-file, Magnus decides it's time to shut the center, which he does with d5. Danya plays the logical, explosive c4, frees up a square for the pony, but before he can do so, Magnus pushes p, takes control of that square, hits this knight, and now surely you pick up this pawn, you play en croissant just so you can bellow it in your best French accent, and after pawn recaptures, which Magnus pre-moved, now the game's completely transformed, because if Magnus ever goes b4, you gain access here, and if you don't push b4, you get the knight out here, well, at the right moment so that you don't get forked. But we didn't see it in the game. Instead, after b4, Danya stumbles backwards with knight b7. When you're fianchettoing your knight, you know something's gone wrong. Now we see a4 played. Going after that pawn there, the rook's unprotected, so knight b6 played to cover the rook. Now bishop e3 and bishop d7 complete some development, but very, very cramped. All the pieces on top of each other. Magnus goes knight b to d2, and keep your eye on this one, an absolute star of the show. We get queen c7, putting it in Siberia, connecting these rooks. a5 now shuts things down, and look at this, for a miserable seahorse back on its starting square, or one to the left of the starting square should we say, absolutely horrible, and Magnus recognises it's the moment. He plows forth with Gary the debt collector. Look at all the black pieces. He understands this is the moment to attack. This is the moment as well. I want to talk about the Remote Chess Academy. Now, I've been partnered with these guys for absolutely ages. Link them down below in my video because they do really good courses. I've used them many times down the years myself, way before I even started this channel. And at the moment, they're doing a massive 70% sale. I've never seen a discount as big as this one, and it's ending tonight. You know, it's a birthday discount thing. Ends tonight, 2nd of November. Seriously, check out the link. Go have a look at these courses. There's some free stuff if you want to trial it. They do money back stuff. Really legit site. Been around for years. Go and have a look. The discount is absolutely huge, and if you're going to purchase anything, helps out the channel here at Epic Cheese using the link down below. Go and check it out. Such a good site. Now back to this game here. Magnus attacking. How is Danya going to defend? He drops back with the bishop. Kramnik might call it suspicious in another day in life. Now we see knight f1, and this is some serious horseplay from Magnus. Excuse me. Because after knight e7, Danya rotating, trying to do the same thing. Magnus lands knight f5, and after knight f4, looking for the same trickery, hitting this pawn, we simply see chops, pawn recaptures, queen d2, and this is the move that Danya was banking on. Attack the pony, kick it away, activate the dark squared bishop, lovely jubbly, but no. Magnus Carlsen picks up his queen and takes off this pawn here. Brilliancy, giving up the knight, and it looks like meat's back on the MenuGarden, boys, because the G file's now opened. Here comes the cavalry. Danya desperately pushes f6. Hands find gold, not a fan. He's trying to open up the lateral defense here, but after check, the king sidestepping, queen g4 is absolutely clinical. Magnus going to work with filigree precision, as Daniel Naroditsky would say himself, legend on the commentary. And because you have to defend the mate, this is the only sensible way to do it. Open the rook on the square. But now the queen uses all of its power, slides one step, look at the geometry, hitting the bishop, hitting the pawn. And if you go to g5 here with the bishop, not played, but you know, this just leaves you being absolute toast. You're threatening mate here. You can open up the queen's defense, but then there's a checkmate like this. And if instead you bring the rook, no, you can't do that. You still get checkmated. What are the possible lines? Okay, there's literally nothing. You're about to get absolutely checkmated. So we come back here after queen h4, no bishop g5, bishop g7, much more natural. But now can you find the finishing touch, the pierre de resistance, the chef's kiss? What did Magnus play here? He sacrifices the rook, absolutely epic. Danya then resigns in this position, but if he'd have taken, then this second one joins the attack. If you step back, then it's bang bang, good night Vienna. And if you go this way, still you crash through, getting mated like this. If you go this way, then you get mated like this. There's no escaping it. This the final move, and this the level of accuracy which Magnus played with, almost at 100%. Now that's impressive for a 30 move game of chess. Hope you enjoyed this one. Check out the link to the Remote Chess Academy down below. Do it tonight. It's running out. Massive discount, and it finishes tonight. Have a look at that one. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.